I do have something to say. Down goes Danny Hurley. Down he goes. Duncan, Dad, how you doing, by the way? And congrats to your Michigan Wolverines, by the way.
Congrats. Yes, the maize and blue. Hail to the victors. Season, we can kind of say it's been wire to wire. They were the best team in the country.
Yeah,
but they held stuff down. They did what they had to do. They came back, and it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see them take a couple punches from UConn and then turn it on and be the team that we knew they were. I mean, 69-63 for the final. It is what it is. But I do need to say this, and I did screenshot this because I'm that type of guy. All the pundits, all the experts, everybody who's out there saying, oh, pick this team, pick that team, take this bracket, take that bracket, blah, 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 blah. I beat them all. I was in like the 900, 800, some hot thousand people. You know how many millions of brackets get filled out?
A lot.
Millions of brackets. And I never dipped below the 95th percentile in this entire thing.
There you go.
I'm not a gambler, but when I do gamble, I win. I had Michigan winning.
Play the song. As Judas would say.
Play the song. So I guess let me give you the exact number because I'm going to tell you the people that I beat here, right? Because this is important.
I want to know who you beat anyways. Let's get that.
So my final score on the year was I had 1,340 points out of the possible 15. I think it was.
Let's go.
97.9 percentile. I was in the 569,000th rank. I mean, that's pretty good. Listen, I don't get paid to do this.
Winners. There we go.
I don't get paid. And, I'm saying, but now the closest person in the ESPN poll, in their celebrity poll, was some guy named Matt Barry with IE. Not Matthew Barry, Matt Barry. Maybe it's Barry. I don't know. He only had 1,320 points. So I cleared him by a whole game. The difference is,
and they're stopping the fight.
Are we stopping the fight already? Is there more?
All you other experts out there, Rich Eisen, 1290. We love you, Rich.
Yeah.
Jay Harris. Everybody loves Jay Harris, right? 1230. Not even in the same conference. Not related, right? Jay Billis, the expert Jay Billis, who picked all the 1 seeds to get to the finals because he's a savant. 890 total points. I almost doubled him. Don't listen to Jay. Come to the Upper Bowl podcast. Listen to us.
Yes.
Listen
we
to
know
us.
ball.
Zaslow had 940.
Wait. I know who Zaslow is. By
you know who Zaslow is.
Recurring guest of the Upper Bowl podcast, by the way.
Jonathan Zaslow. Yes. You're Jonathan Zaslow.
My Jonathan Zaslow was the king of Miami back in the day.
He picked the Florida Gators, and they lost. Well, he wasn't even ranked. He didn't even break 1,000 points. But it's better. You keep going down. Look, Seth Greenberg, the coach, 810 points. Dickie V, 780 points. What are you living in like 1984, 85 picking teams? Get out of here, man.
Get out of here, baby, with that stuff.
Stanford Steve doesn't even break 800.
Get out of here, Stanford Steve. Get out. Retire, Stanford Steve.
But a few ones that stood out for me a lot, like the ones that really jumped off the page, right? Like you've got Field Yates. He does football. He doesn't do basketball.
Yeah.
He barely cleared 650, right?
Yes.
That's not even half of what I had. And then our other guy, Mike Wilbon. Mike, we love you. But PTI, it's time to hang it up, man. It's time to hang it up.
As Ashton Kutcher would say, you got to put our punk hats up and we're going to retire this bad boy.
Put our punk hats up. Stephen A. Smith, listen.
Stay out of college basketball.
Stay out of college basketball, man. I know it's fun. Greenberg, listen.
Greeny.
Come on.
Stay in your lane.
Just stay in your lane. So anyway, congratulations to me.
Yes.
Screw all you guys. I'm going home. Cash in the check. And I feel good, man. I feel good. You know why? Because I got the picture that said, you picked the champion, right? You're the winner, blah, 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 blah. And that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good. Especially when, guess what? I barely paid attention to any bit of college basketball this entire season.
Same too, anyways.
Just trends, man. Just trends. This show is all about trends.
Trends. Not about fashion trends.
Not about fashion trends, no. But when teams get hot, we like to feel as if we have a little bit of influence on it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So yes, Final Four. Danny Hurley goes down. I still like Danny Hurley. I think he's still probably 1A, 1B coach in the NCAA. I like him. I like the way he goes about it. But again, like he has to have the specific type of players. Here comes the big transition into everything else we got to talk about today.
Yep.
You have to have the players who will listen to the type of coaching that you are giving.
Yes.
If you don't have a player that understands the being and seeing, you can't do it. Right? You can't have LeBron on your team. You got to coddle him.
You gotta have blue collar guys.
You got to have blue collar guys. He's a blue collar guy.
He's gonna recruit blue collar people and not the fancy smancy McDonald's All-American. That's what he's gonna do.
Yep.
Will they create NBA stars out of it? Probably not. But he's a blue collar guy anyways. Yep. And if I gotta say one more other thing. If I have to see Emeka Okafor and Ray Allen on the fucking television set talking about UConn, we really need to find new people, by the way. I thought UConn has a few other people named Rip Hamilton. Hello. Like, come on. Probably one of the most successful NBA players of all time came out of UConn, not named Ray Allen. Like, come on. There's other fucking people, by the way.
There's other guys. There's other people. There is. They broaden it out a little bit. And, good point, because he was homegrown UConn. I believe Michigan, because of all the transfer portal stuff, they're the first team to win the NCAA championship with a completely redone NIL roster, right? Everybody who started this year for them wasn't on the team last year.
Yep.
Or at least they came through a portal or something like that. Yeah. It's great. We're in a different world, man.
Yeah. So
different world.
I will say this. I enjoyed seeing UConn go down as someone
Go on.
I heard it's a mausoleum right now up in Connecticut, by the way. The UConn men's team lose. Wonder who started off? The women's team losing to South Carolina, by the way. So.
After and we'll quote our great friend TB from back in the day, after the biblical beatdown that UConn put on in the national semifinal.
Yep.
Woo! Man, did they show up and get waxed by South Carolina.
Yeah. We got waxed right after.
Yeah.
South Carolina to use.
And South Carolina got waxed.
UCLA, fight.
Yeah. Oh, and people saying, I corrected, a couple of ESPN posts, a couple NCAA posts. They were like, first win in program history and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. It's the first women's championship for UCLA. Because UCLA men, to my knowledge, have won a lot of championships.
Yeah.
Bill Walton, John Wooden would like a comment.
John Wooden would like to have a comment on that, definitely. Maybe
Ty Law, coast to coast.
Who was the coach from back in the day when Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook was there? At least they got the Final Fours and two.
That was what's his face? Lavish, right? Steve Lavish, wasn't it?
Steve Lavish, yes, the king of New York. Anyways, I call him.
King of New York, dude. He's a great call on a basketball game.
Yes,
great. There's guys that are coming up now, because Raft, God bless his soul, and that the end of that one Duke UConn game, that was great. I swear he was gonna die.
Yes,
I was like, he didn't expect that. Great end to that game, by the way, but. There's a couple guys now, I think, and you specifically you do a really good job with identifying
up and coming talent.
Yeah, up and coming talent, and really who calls these games well.
Yes,
right. Like you had the Eagle thing nailed a long time ago. You've had,
what did I nail with the Eagles? By the way, I forgot what.
No, with Iron Eagle and the kid. Yeah, you're on top of it with that stuff.
I try to be, at least.
You try to be. Because there's some people that listen to games and you're like, oh my god.
It's like his father almost. I'm like, it's almost like AI almost, anyways.
Yeah, almost.
So I try to be on it. I try to be on it sometimes. Mm-hmm. The hockey thing, I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. Basketball, God bless our soul on that one, anyways, because it's like just keep me Kevin Harlan and Iron Eagle along kicking as much as possible. Give them all the blood transfusions, everything to keep them moving. At least.
There's a kid, I call him a kid, Carlos Jimenez out in LA. He does Clippers. Dude is fire.
Yes.
Listen, follow his Instagram page. It is awesome. But listen, you guys want to get in this business. People want to do this. You see how much that kid works. I don't work that much.
See what I do with a podcast almost. I work. I don't work as much as he does, but I almost like what he does almost.
I'm not backpacking, eating on a plane, but that's no.
But by the way, shout out to the Clippers, by the way, the good broadcast, by the way, especially their sideline reporter, Laura Rosen, by the way. She used to work for the Sixers back in the day, so good for her as well.
Everybody with the Philly connection. And Jake. Big Jake, right? Big Red Jake. He does the boards. It's all come together. Definitely. So
shout
out. He just passed his 28th year in the business. So Can be done, kids. It can be done. So yeah, Michigan coast to coast. They do the win. UConn is
I
out.
was shocked at them blowing out Arizona. By the way, I thought Arizona put up a better fight, but hey,
I was expecting one of those. I was actually expecting the Arizona game to be close.
Yeah,
and the championship game just to be a freaking runaway. I thought they were just gonna blow them out of the building, but they flipped, because that always happens, right? The tournament every year, there's always that one close game
and one blowout,
and then everything else is just. And they were beating teams by like 25 points.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like, don't show up today, kids. You're gonna lose.
By the way, shout out to, have you learned how much class the UConn fans are starting to have? Not much class. How they're chanting they're doing their fucking chant towards all the Illinois fans leaving anyways.
Yeah.
Good to see the UConn fans.
What's up with them trying to take over like those, like the overall things? Like, look,
UConn fans. So UConn is in the middle of fucking farm country in Storrs, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's nothing up there, by the way.
They're like Oshkosh Bagosh out there. Is that their?
No, it's like cow. It's cow country, almost.
It's cow country.
Oh. Yes. So like ice cream, everything. So they think they could do that anyways.
Buttermilk churning.
Yes, that. Yeah, like we love our ice cream from the dairy thing, anyways. I chirp few of my people I knew. I went to UConn anyway, so I like to do this.
Is this going to be like a road trip up to UConn to try some dairy?
I haven't been up to UConn since I got.
Should we do a Northeast dairy tour? Hit Vermont, hit Ben and Jerry, hit UConn. Is there even a warm season up there? Like, be honest. You're from a greater Northeast than I am. Does it get warm?
So June, like May and June starts getting nice up there. May, June, July, like August. Gets up there 75, 80. You're good. 75.
Humidity?
Yes, there is humidity, but it's not unbearable, but it's like you feel it sometimes.
You could step outside and have the ice cream cone and not melt all over?
Yeah. You can have ice cream.
That's the thing here, man.
That's why
I'm ice cream. You cup guy?
I'm a big cup guy. I need ice cream in the cup. No spillage, no leaks, no problems anyways.
It's puts you in some precarious positions too. You turn around, you're licking at it, like, and someone takes a picture, or like, that can lead a whole bunch of.
Speaking of pictures, issues. We'll talk about someone later about pictures.
Speaking of pictures and being in a promiscuous situation.
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, anyways. But
I feel violated. I know this person.
It's a joke.
It is not a joke, but this is this is truly thing happening anyway. So we will talk about it next, anyways. But I want to talk a little more college basketball. I enjoyed the tournament when I was able to. I'll say this. Arizona looks like a real program, which is good to see. By the way, Tommy Lloyd,
bunch of freshmen. Hope they all stay around.
Yes, I like the Arizona program, anyways.
The kid love fingers that they do nowadays. Okay.
Yes, that's why I think Tommy Lloyd's getting his program together finally. I like to say he's putting his stamp of approval on it. And I always said we always like to cover the Big 12 whenever we can. And I like to say this: they're up there with the Big 12, anyways, since they were part of the heart and soul of Pac-10 basketball and Pac-12 basketball. So it's good to see the Big 12 is in good hands in case Bill Self retires at Kansas, by the way. So
does the championship really count for the Big 10 having UCLA win on the women's side?
I count it anyways, but they're in the Big 10 anyways. So
it's hard for it feels weird.
I've gone by this. It's like I go by this for so long now. Even though they're a Pac-12 team, they've Big 10 logos now, so it's all right. You're a Big 10 team anyways. There's some certain teams I still think they belong in the Big 12. Nebraska football, anyways.
Yes,
that is Big 12 football to me. Miami, it's even though they're in the ACC, they've been in it for almost 25 years.
Yeah,
20 years now.
I can't wrap my head around the Oregon, UCLA, Stanford thing.
Like how those teams aren't playing each other all the time is ridiculous. By the way,
yeah, like geographically, I can't.
And USC, by the way, how dare you forget about USC? By the way,
nice
University of Spoiled Children, as UCLA fans will be saying it right now in my inbox right now.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Yes. So I think this is a good tournament. Illinois is a good program. I think the Big 10 is in big hands, by the way, as well. That's also the first time the Big 10 has won a national title, by the way, in basketball since the year of our Lord 2000. Am I right?
I believe you're correct. It was Michigan State.
Yes, as Magic Johnson say, Michigan State, baby.
Is Izzo's only chip, right?
Yes, Tom
crazy?
Izzo.
That's crazy, man.
I thought he won more. That's the crazier thing.
He's been to a boatload of Final Fours.
Been a boatload of Final Fours. Is he like the Marv Levy of basketball?
Well, he has a chip. Leave it as
I
never
know,
step.
but is he the Andy? Like, we all talk about he's been to so many Final Fours and everything, but he hasn't won since 2000.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Think about it.
It's going to be interesting to see what Michigan State does looking down the road to Ann Arbor and the way that they've built their program with Dusty, speaking of all the transfers at NIL, because typically Michigan State is pretty homegrown, keep it that way. That's the way Izzo likes to run it.
Which I kind of like anyways, as a college basketball purist a little bit, but I know that thing is going away.
Yeah, but like anymore, like how, I mean, you can't anymore.
Yes.
That's the problem is you can't anymore. I mean, look at Syracuse, right? Good hire for them, getting Jerry. And right away, Doty's like, I'm out. I'm going to the Q's. Going to play with my boy.
By the way, speaking of hirings, by the way, North Carolina, I forgot to mention it last week. Hubert Davis got fired, by the way.
Hubert Davis is fired. Who are they going to bring on?
They want who's bringing fresh from the TV desk. I don't know what it is with people hiring people off the TV desk. Michael Malone is your new head coach of University of North Carolina Tar Heels, by the way, down at Tobacco Road, by the way. First off, what are your thoughts on that? And second of all, are you shocked it's not someone in the UNC family, by the way?
I think they finally came to the conclusion that they need to go outside the building, especially with the dynamic, again, of like the NIL stuff. Even though they're going to bring in talent, they're traditional blue bloods, people are going to go there. I like the idea of a more polished professional coach. But remember, Malone was kind of a little rough around the edges in the NBA.
Yes.
I mean, he has that.
I'm not playing you young kids around.
Yeah. He has that blue streak, wild streak, like to call back in the day, where he could get a little funky with. Remember when Roy Williams first showed up to UNC
after being at Kansas for so long?
After being Kansas for long, and he was kind of doing like the dance thing and getting all into it with the players. Like that's kind of like Malone. That's how he's going to be. Only he's going to be a lot cooler.
Yes. The funnier thing is, I go by this is, did you know his daughter is playing volleyball there? By the way.
His daughter's playing volleyball. What is the deal with these coaches going to it?
That's the other part of the breaking news, anyways. Is that
so? Kiffin is at a school where his daughter's going.
Yes.
Her boyfriend picks up and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Malone goes now. So, all right, so we need to find out: is Mike Malone's daughter dating anyone in the athletic department?
Yes, we need to figure. So we don't. We want to know: is it a violation now? That these institutions are hiring people and they realize, oh shit,
Let's see. Nepotism. Bridget Malone is her name. She's 6'1". Holy cow. Is she of age? Let's look.
Go find the Instagram page to see if there's a boyfriend or not.
She's in college, so
there we go. So it's North Carolina has hired Michael Malone, which would be very interesting, by the way. So John Shire, you have some competition now of an ex-NBA championship head coach, by the way, so that'll be fun. And Will Wade has left North Carolina State, and now he's back at LSU, by the way.
Yeah.
What a great character guy. He always finds his way to go back to LSU, by the way, for basketball.
Everything at LSU, man. And what's his face? Somebody said, too. I think there was another hire, too. Where's he at? Football coach. I think he picked back up at Syracuse, right?
Cade McNamara is now the head coach of basketball for Syracuse, by the way. So that's one of
Jerry McNamara. Yeah,
Jerry McNamara. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
So, did you see the presser that Jerry McNamara had? Like some Syracuse broadcasters, like I haven't seen a Final Four team or this like NCAA team since we moved to the ACC. First off, is that a good question by the young journalism student asking the head coach, or B, is that out of line? Would you say?
No, I like it. I mean, I like the question. I think Jerry's going to give you a straight answer. I think that's probably why he's had the success that he's had. He seems to be one of those dudes that keeps it very 100 open, honest, is what it is. I mean, obviously, he's going to have to adjust a little bit. I mean, you can demand and get a lot more out of and play to the rah-rah at Siena, a little smaller college, because those guys are all bought in. They're not getting offers everywhere. I hope that Syracuse gives him the opportunity to, kind of like go about it his own way a little bit.
Not the Jim Boeheim way, which is old and raggedy. And
unfortunately, you're not going to play the 2-3 zone anymore.
No.
Unless you're UConn trying to prevent Duke from getting the ball up court and making John Shire look like an ass.
That's true.
Who does that?
But UConn will try to bring it back to the old Big East style basketball because the ACC basketball is run and gun. Let's go put points on the board. Am I right?
Everything is run and gun, man. Yeah, everything's run and gun.
So, so the Final Four has happened. There's a left Indianapolis. Want to know where they go next? By the way,
San Antonio. Oh, they're going Detroit.
They're going to the Detroit at Ford Field for the first time since 2009 Final Four.
Ford Field.
Yes. So going back to Ford Field, by the way. All right.
2009 Final Four. Who was in it at Ford Field?
North Carolina, Michigan State, Villanova, and UConn, by the way.
Was that
I haven't rooted for Michigan State ever in my life, but I need Michigan State beat up on UConn, by the way.
Was that a UConn win? Or was that the Michigan UNC final?
Michigan UNC Final Four, by the way.
Nice.
All where right. I think Hashim Thabit was on that UConn team.
Yeah.
He flamed out of the NBA so quickly, by the way, by the Memphis Grizzlies, by the way.
So many guys.
Tyler Hansborough was on that team.
Yeah, another dude, right? Like they were drinking these lists of greatest college basketball players of all time because it always floats around tournament time. And you see those names, Hansborough, Walker, and you're just like, yeah, but like in the pros, they had a cup of coffee and they were done.
So I really like this point guard who was on that team, by the way, in 2009, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He was the point guard. He got drafted by Denver, by the way. I defended him to the wall, by the way. Ty Lawson, by the way.
Ty Lawson.
Yes. He was known to I thought it was like he was a second coming of Allen Iverson, by the way.
Which he wasn't. You know who was supposed to be the second coming of Allen Iverson? The kid from Indiana that turned out to be crap.
Who was that?
What's his name?
Victor Oladipo?
No. Was it Ian Turner?
Evan Turner?
Evan Turner. Yeah.
No, who's Ohio State, by the way?
Ohio State. It's all red and purplish more.
Speaking of Evan Turner, he said he still can't stay in Philadelphia on Peacock NBA game night, by the way. So I don't know if you saw that, by the way. What an asshole.
And I did listen, when we get to our NBA news, I'm gonna send it to you now.
Yes.
Keep going in the podcast. Keep going.
So they're going to Detroit, Ford Field.
Detroit.
So I gotta say, it's about time they went back there anyways. I feel like that place got a raw deal because it was during the automotive crisis and the how do I want to say this? Was that the
that was during the Obama economic
financial
crash.
crisis?
Financial crisis, yeah.
Yes.
That was the great, what did they call it?
Was it depression?
Wasn't the Great Depression? No, it was something else. Something
recession.
Like that.
Recession.
The Great Recession. Yes, that's right. See, we're political on this program.
Thank you, Jerry Jones. I try to remember some stuff anyway. There's some stuff about 2008, 09 was good. Some stuff was really bad anyway. So.
Sometimes it might be good. Sometimes it might be like, and that's a whole other thing. I'm not even getting into that.
I don't have a clue.
I have a quota. I think we passed our quota of Jim Mandich cuts already to play already today. So that's
all right. I think we're killing the NCAA. Congratulations,
way
to
too
Detroit.
Much.
Way too much attention.
We are. Enjoy your Coney dogs, and I wish Chelly's Chili Bar was still open, by the way, because that would be a fun time, anyways. All right, let's get down to the real stuff that's going on. We got to talk about it. It's gone pretty viral.
What's going viral?
If you looked at your page too, did you see who was on it today?
I've seen a lot of people on my page today. Who was on my page? He's dying over there, folks. He is dying. He's going down. Maybe they're going down. We don't know.
Diana Ursini and Mike Vrabel on page 2 of the New York Times, by the way. Not for the right reason, but for the wrong reasons, I like to say.
There is some controversy brewing.
Yes.
Is it appropriate? Is it inappropriate? Is it considered a work meeting because we're in a hot place by the pool relaxing? Is that acceptable?
That's a violation.
Okay.
It is a violation.
I think it's want to check, want to ask,
I think it's a violation.
Trying to help some guys out, there's probably a coach out there somewhere, somebody doing a recruiting trip. Someone like, I sat down by the pool.
Sat down by the pool and I saw the stuff.
She just walked up.
She just walked up and wham.
Yeah. So I decided to give her a hug and hold her hand and buy her a drink. And
not good. Not good look if you're even though the Boston Red Sox went the Boston sports team went 3-1 last night, by the way, with the Rossini news dropping, by the way. So that's a silver lining, by the way. So
what do we make of this? Are we making it bigger than it is, or is it actually something?
Well, it kind of shows that Diana Rossini was asking for shit anyways from the Patriots. And
yeah, I mean, it kind of confirms that, right? I mean, she was one who was breaking like the AJ Brown stuff, and
I think
she kept stirring that pot too.
Yeah. You know the funnier part is who her husband is?
Who's her husband?
Her husband's a huge Eagles fan, by the way.
Really? See, I didn't know she was married. She's still married?
Yeah, she's still married. Still. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if the divorce papers have been finalized yet or starting to get finalized right now. So we'll see about that.
I don't know about that. I mean, at that point, you kind of know what you're in for. You know
yeah.
I mean?
So I found out a few sources of my own. Her husband's an Eagles fan.
Kevin Goldschmidt, a corporate executive, serves as the vice president of total rewards and HR technology at Shake Shack.
What's your point?
That's a bomb for you, by the way. Yeah. How about that?
Man.
I know.
Graduate from Penn State.
Huge Philadelphia.
Before his time at Shake Shack, he held executive compensation roles at Aramark and Amerisource Bergen. Oh,
yeah.
Come on. Yes, it says. It's occasionally been shared. Details about their life, including the fact that they are big Philadelphia Eagle fans.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey.
What do you think of the photos, by the way? Did you think it was a singles resort? I found out about the thing.
It was a singles resort.
Yes, it was a singles resort, by the way. Yes.
Oh man, this is getting worse. I'm looking for something to back up Vrabel here.
That's what fucking Diana Rossini's husband will say. Screw you, fucking loser. Anyways,
let's see. Am
I right? I think I am.
Yeah. So Vrabel's been married to his college sweetheart since 1999. They have 2 sons.
Oh my God!
Shit. Shit, I didn't know we're breaking TMZ today. Anyways, that's not.
We're breaking TMZ. I mean, it's a good. Listen. Let's do this. We're going to be.
We're acting like adults here, anyways.
Let's act like adults. Let's play. Let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt. They're out there.
Shit happens.
It's a consensual meeting. They're friends. They've known each other for a long time. They're sharing stories about the business. It's just like we always tell people. It's like what comes along with it, because there's a lot of stuff that just saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of tweets about other things right now, which you might have said and shown anyway. So let's
see what People Magazine is breaking the fact that Diana Rossini, both married, and Vrabel have spoken out after seen holding hands at the hotel. Let's see. Should we take People Magazine? People Magazine 10. Sometimes they're in the know.
They are in the know. I think they're a lot better. They're a better source than good old TMZ. Anyways, TMZ wants to break it first, but People Magazine, the OGs, will always break shit down into the further details. By the way. Doesn't matter if it's Sarah Michelle Gellar getting married or somebody else, anyways getting divorced.
Coach Vrabel has quoted as saying, the photos show a completely innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is very laughable.
Yeah.
They don't deserve any further response.
Yeah.
Rossini, who has worked as an NFL analyst for ESPN, also The Athletic, responded to the published photos saying, the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from the state. Now here, like sometimes, like, are we all right? Okay. We have the track record here, right?
Yes.
And one thing that people like to do subconsciously, and they don't know that they're doing, is they tell on themselves.
Yes.
Right. And if you listen, if you're astute, you're trying to, but you're telling yourself, it reads, and I quote again, the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. Period. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters, which she is, interact with sources. Now, here's the good part. Away from stadiums and other venues. There wasn't a follow-up question like, could you be more specific on those venues?
Rick Pitino would ask a few other further questions anyways. No one's gonna be walking through that door, at least, you know.
And here we go. Listen, this is ridiculous. It's on Page Stick. The Times runs it, and then the executive editor of the New York Times goes, "These photos are misleading and lack essential context." Then why would you post it? Why would you print it?
That's the editor right there, anyway.
These were public interactions in front of many people. Diana is a premier journalist covering the NFL, and we're proud to have her here at The Athletic. I mean, you know.
By the way, there's also news that her and
much ado about nothing.
Also, the other things that are going down is Britt McHenry and her had a spat back in the day when they were in the DC Sports Lounge, anyway. So that shit's entertaining for another day. By the way, so
you know who doesn't forget like the internet?
Who?
A woman.
Yes, doesn't matter if it's a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, or a divorced husband, divorced housewife, or dead grandmother.
You don't put the seat down one time,
ooh,
and you could be driving, having dinner. You could be in the most opulent place in the world, and all of a sudden there's like an attitude. You're like, what's wrong? It's like, do you remember you didn't put the seat down? And you're like, what? What?
I just want to make sure my seat's down anyway.
Yeah, make sure your seat's down. Exactly. All right.
Even though I live alone anyway, so always
right. So Dan Hurley Vrabel interaction.
How about that for a fucking Tuesday night, anyways?
It's a slow news night. Let's drop it down.
Is Tuesday the all-time slow news night? Because Wednesday always feels the best news day of all time. That's why when we record the podcast, we usually like to do it at 1 o'clock. We may get a story at times sometimes.
Wednesday is a good day because if anything does break, it's probably legitimate.
And
Thursday, Friday, what do we dump, right?
Yeah.
Dump.
I mean, I can play this sound anytime we have breaking news anyways. No, there's not breaking news, but I like to play that sound when we can anyways. So.
All right. So Vrabel, Rossini, we'll see how it turns out. Probably
draft is coming up in 2 weeks, by the way, and we've done zero draft coverage. That's because
Go ahead.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are talking about it, and the whole.
Can I say why?
Yeah, I guess
Eagles don't have a top 10 pick. I don't care who they pick at 20 unless it's a fat dude. Now I'm sounding like someone else right now, but I just keep it moving. I don't know what the plan is. I know there's been these exposés for Jalen Hurts, which I'm not breaking down because I don't care anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care.
Yeah,
if they win, they win. Cool,
right? Yeah, exactly. That's really how it's going to be. And again, like I wouldn't crap on the draft. It's always a good,
Yeah, you're going to Pittsburgh for it anyways, which
we're going to try to get to Pittsburgh, get out there, do our thing. But, like everybody knows Mendoza's going first.
Yep, and he's not going to the draft, I found out.
Wow. Breaking news.
He's not going to the draft. He's not going to be with all the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of not 4 Raider fans, but the 4 million whatever X amount of Raider fans are going to be at the game at the draft anyways.
Nah, I can't do that, man. Why is he
already put in disgrace to the Raider Nation already?
Why isn't he going to the draft?
He wants to be with friends and family, by the way.
Yeah, he can be. No,
he can be with friends and family in the green room, but like, dude, you gotta be at the draft.
Fernando Mendoza will reportedly not attend the 2026 NFL draft. To watch from home. You can't. Like, I see. I feel like that's a
slap in the face.
That's a slap in the face, man.
Yeah. Like I want you to
be celebrate your family. They're gonna fly everybody in.
Yeah, the Raiders will at least cover it, Come on.
He could be the first number 1 pick not to attend the draft since the Jaguars defensive end Trayvon Walker in 2022. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I love you, Trayvon. We love you, buddy. You're good.
I want winners.
With all the hype around this dude,
show up.
You have to show up, man.
Dude, you know how pissed Raider Nation's gonna be? Like, they're gonna be there celebrating, but like we don't have our pick, Like I wish he was with us,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bad look for Raider Nation.
If I was gonna make someone the face of my franchise,
you gotta show up.
And I'm pretty much, like at this point, it's not really collusion because everybody knows they're gonna pick him.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like I would be at him. I'd be like, listen, dude, you have to show up whether you want to or not. You show up. I want to be I get you want to be with your family, but now you're a professional. You're not a college kid anymore.
This ain't college, kid.
This is your job.
This ain't Bloomington anymore.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Ain't Miami.
Yeah, you don't got Indiana on your, on the chest and on the back and on the side of the helmet.
Yeah,
this is $1 billion business.
You got the Raider Nation with you, by the way. That's global.
Yeah,
this ain't no fucking Indiana where it's like noticeable everywhere.
It's not like your boy Woody's drafting them.
Yeah. Think about it. Like, come on, you're going to the Raider Nation.
That's a bad look.
It's it's an awful look. Like, show up. I know some people don't want to go to Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh. If it was in New York City, people would show still. All right.
Yeah. Greater poll question for later on through the summer.
No,
right. When you get voted into these things, do you show up? people turn down going to the All-Star games. The All-Star, like, you're voted in. You're picked to go.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to be on, take your name off the ballot. Don't give me this BS like, oh, well, Trevor was an all-star in 2023, 24, 25, but he didn't show up to any of the games because he wanted to rest. Then you're not an all-star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to show up, dude.
Yeah. You got to show up all the time.
All right. Mendoza's not going. Michigan won championship. Put your name on it. Rossini and Vrabel holding hands at a couples only single spot with 4 other people. That just is a whole mess of reading to that now.
I need
what else do we need to talk about?
All right. Do you want to go to the good news or the bad news?
It's a long baseball season. Let's do that.
All right. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go to the bad news first. Kate Horton to the IL for the rest of the season because of Tommy John, by the way.
Is he going to come back stronger? Everybody's get Tommy John. You're going back stronger.
We'll see about that. This is the second
Andrew
time.
Painter looks good through 3 games.
This is the second time we're getting Tommy John for Kate Horton, by the way.
And it works good for Andrew Painter.
And there we go. So Kate Horton is no longer there. You know me, I've always smashed a table, not this actual table, but other tables, because Jed Hoyer is kind of a softie. He doesn't have balls. Like remember
the balls.
Remember the dance that someone would do when they had to hit a big shot in the NBA and they told him to ban it?
Yeah.
Ron Artest did it, or someone from the Lakers did it back in the day. Ronnie Torioff. He would do this.
The Sereno from Major League.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, this actually was a Chinese guy. He did it. All right, that sounds really racist, but that's who did it. It was a Japanese Chinese guy who was walking around with Sereno, was like, ooh, which is a whole thing. You read into that. Yes. Ban me.
We will
then
not
go
ban
watch
you.
the movie.
Go watch Major League. It's a good movie, anyways. So that's what Jed Hoyer. He has none of those, anyways. He should have signed Zach Gallen this offseason, but he didn't. Now the Cubs are fucked right now with their starting rotation because Justin Steele's not back yet. He's not going to be back till June. You have Javier Assad, who just got recalled back up to the majors, even though they beat Tampa 9-2 yesterday. You need another starter. That's the problem. Edward Cabrera was a nice number 3 starter. He ain't a 2 or a 1, even though he almost had a no-hitter through 6 innings, by the way. So
nice.
Yes. So looking like that. Cubs are right now. It's a long season right now.
It's a long season.
Trevor's not freaking out because here's the thing. It is so early in the season, and I just don't want to freak shit out yet because it does not need to be flipped out yet,
Correct.
The Cubs are 5-6 right now.
They are.
They are at the bottom of the NL Central right now. Am I mad? No. It's 11 games in.
It's a long
I am not David Kaplan, who's flipping a shit about the Cubs right now, about every single thing 11 games in. Because that's New York Yankee talk right there. I don't have that, I usually check in. I was like, okay, they look decent. You know what I mean? Like if they win tonight, as I record this on a Wednesday afternoon, if they win tonight and they beat Tampa 2 hours a week, I'll be happy. You're up to 500. You better find a way to beat Pittsburgh at least 3 in a row. Am I right?
Dave Kaplan, any relation to Gabe Kaplan of the Welcome Back Kotter series?
I don't know, but maybe. Who knows? But I don't want to. I need to tell. Sometimes I have to tell this in his Twitter. Comment down. You're gonna have a heart attack. We don't need you to flip out about the Cubs for 11 games. In, am I right?
That's right.
So that's why. That's just me. So the Cubs took game in Cleveland. They had a traditional Sunday doubleheader, by the way, because of rain out on Saturday night. By the way,
traditional.
Yes, not the one admission. You had to get 2 tickets. By the way, I don't know.
One at the top of the hour and one around the 4 o'clock hour.
Pretty much, anyways. Gotta leave and come back, anyways. So that's
how did that used to work back in the day? Used to be like you could get in, you got the double dip. Now it's like everybody get out. Get out. Bring your ticket. I wouldn't leave. I go hide in the bathroom.
You probably have done that. I've done that. I went to Phillies.
I'm not leaving.
I'm taking a dump. I'm not leaving right now. I don't think you want poop everywhere.
I'm busy at the moment.
I know. I went to a doubleheader. I saw the Phillies and the Mets. It was like it was like a Wednesday or Tuesday. It was a doubleheader. It was perfect, by the way. Phillies Mets in New York. It was like I want to go to the city.
Went to Shea or City?
City Field.
Oh man.
I've been known to go to. I've been known to walk around City Field, anyways, because I'm chill there. It's a good.
I thought maybe it was going to be at the old vet with Kim Bautista and Kevin Jordan.
No, I know that they lost the game in a walk off the first game, but Aaron Nolan came and shoved anyways and beat the Mets anyways. So
that's great. gracious.
This is 2018.
Aaron
By the way. You're on a West Coast roadie, by the way.
We're on a West Coast roadie.
Do you like the West Coast roadie?
Thank God we're playing the Giants because the Giants don't know how to play fundamental baseball at this point.
Wait. Wait.
Can't do it.
They don't know how to play fundamental baseball. They have a college guy who knows everything about fundamental baseball, and they can't do it.
Great follow on the Instagram, the Twitter, whatever it is out there. Go follow Eric Burns. He's on the Pulse.
Yes,
the Pulse of San Francisco Gigante baseball.
You may see him in a Car Shield commercial too. Also,
yes, exactly. He kind of eviscerated the college coach coming to the majors, basically putting him on notice.
Oh,
saying, look, man, you like
a UCLA kid from San Mateo High or Sarah High, just going after a
UCLA great.
Yes. Wait. There's a few other greats named Garrett Cole and Chase Utley too, by the way, and Jackie Robinson.
Jackie, exactly, Jackie.
And Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook in the athletic department, and Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
Who's your Mount Rushmore UCLA athletics, Eric Burns? Go. You're not on there for sure.
Does Walton get on there?
Walton has to.
I think Walton has to be on there, man.
Walton's the first one on there. He lasted 5 or 6 decades at least.
Man, dude, he's just
doesn't matter if it's the NBA on NBC or college basketball. Come on.
There's certain people that like you legitimately miss.
Yes,
you know what I mean. I legitimately miss Walton.
Yeah, we do too. But back to Eric Burns, how he was eviscerating good old Tony Vitelli, which is my number 1 story, by the way, of the year. So we'll see what this college guy could do, anyways.
He basically said, "Look, you have to take off the gloves and not treat them like kids. You're gonna win some friends, you're gonna lose some friends, but not." But just so we're aware, and this is clear because I'm fact checking myself, the Torey Lovello, your other favorite manager out there
for the Arizona Diamondbacks, correct?
He has 266 career hits at the University of California, Los Angeles. The all-time hits leader for the Bruins is none other than Eric Burns.
Oh,
by a clear 60 hits. He has 326 hits in his career.
Holy shit.
Yes.
How about
he also holds the program record for runs and at-bats.
Get the reggae going for that one.
UCLA career hits and baseball career records. Number 1 in hits is Burns with 326. Doubles Eric Burns with 75. Home runs, none other than Troy Gloss. He was a beast, man. He was a beast. He was on that team with wasn't Gloss and Tim Salmon on that
02 Angels team.
02 Angels team with Social won. They got on the championship.
Yeah, David Eckstein was your shortstop. Adam Kennedy was your second baseman. I think your first baseman was Darren Erstad, I believe. No, first baseman was Scott Spezio, by the way.
Scott Spezio.
Or Brad Fulmer, one of the two. But I know Darren Erstad was your center fielder, by the way. So
you were
other than that,
I know that's our Angel baseball talk for the day, by the way.
Okay.
So you guys lost the Giants. I saw last night. Now I know you guys have a getaway day game, by the way.
Yes.
And who do you guys play next?
Came back to the East Coast. We play the Diamondbacks.
The D-backs.
Play the D-backs, yeah. And then they go ahead and they play the Braves.
You're missing a series, by the way.
I am missing a series.
You're missing the Cubs. We play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
We missed the Cubs. It's because it's too early in the season. We talked about this before. It should be in 13, 14, 15 in the year. We don't need that.
No, we need the Cubs.
They get the day off, and then if you go down to Citizens Bank Park on Friday, April 17th, you get a free Jordan Davis concert, folks.
Hey.
Country.
So Cubs are we do our scheduled thing. Cubs got the Pirates for 3, then they go back on the road. They go to Philadelphia.
They're on the road again.
Then they go back home for not 7-game homestand against the Mets and the Phillies. So Phillies for 4 games, by the way. So 7 games against the Cubs and the Phillies. Jesus Christ.
That's
a lot. That should be in the summertime at least.
We said this is a summertime series.
That's a summertime series. You get the Chicago Cubs.
Do we get that? Do we get it like just before the All-Star break or like
immediately after the All-Star break? That's what it should be.
That's what I think too.
It should be like instead of you have the All-Star game, they're home from Minnesota and Detroit. No disrespect for Detroit and our boy Jake Rapa. It should be Philadelphia Phillies and Cubs for 4 games: Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Anyways, that's just me.
I really feel like they should get the interleague. Like, I think that those games should like get out of the way before you get into the nitty gritty. Like by the second week after the All-Star break, you should only be playing people in your, not so much division, but like in your conference. You know what I mean? Like, all I'm playing is National League teams after that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like the Phillies going out to, Seattle to go screw up Seattle's, season. Yeah.
Or we have the Cubs have to play the Twins right away, the Tigers. Then they go play the Yankees the day of the trade deadline, by the way, at 2:20, by the way. So
yeah, we need to work on this MLB.
We need to workshop this. I don't know who does their schedule. I don't know if it's Amazon services or anything, but they need to get their shit together, by the way.
Wasn't there was who was it?
NFL had a schedule guy.
Yeah, it was a couple.
Yes, that was the baseball couple. It was the baseball couple.
The baseball couple, like the husband and wife, and they did every game.
Yes.
Isn't there a 30 for 30 on that?
No, I think it was like a special thing anyways. It was like an E60 thing maybe.
An E60?
Yeah. So they used to do the thing anyways. It was pretty cool anyways. Now I would probably say it was like this should let's say this. They should honestly hire them back anyways because they would do a better job of the schedule anyways. Let's be honest here.
Let me see. Couple schedules.
He's like right now.
Couple schedules MLB games. This is it.
That couples MLB thing would make sure Cubs Yankees will not be the same weekend as Lollapalooza in Chicago, by the way.
Who are these people?
Did you find them or no?
Yeah, I found them. They did do a 30 and 30.
Oh, it is a 30 for 30. That is a bad job by me anyways.
It's called the Schedule Makers. But from 1982 to 2004, that's a career.
Yeah.
That's a career, right? You got what? You got 18, 22, you got 20, 22 years there?
Yeah.
Henry and Holly Stevenson. Who do you know? Were the husband and wife duo who handcrafted the entire MLB schedule from their home in Martha's Vineyard. 30 teams, 2,430 games annually using paper and a pencil.
Can we go back to that at least?
Complex travel, venue availability, special team request. Get
out of here with that.
No, come on, man.
They should have listened. They should bring them back. Make sure you don't put Cubs Yankees on Lollapalooza weekend.
I guarantee you they drive a Subaru and have dogs.
Probably 4 dogs at least.
Probably 4 dogs. No, it's gonna be those big mix, like not quite Labradors, but like
Golden Retrievers.
Yes, it's kind of like
Rottweilers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Or Great Dane at least.
They have dogs.
Jesus
They
Christ.
had to, man. They had to.
Okay.
There's got to be a photo of them standing in front of their like little. What do they call
Forester or the Outback?
What are those houses that they have up there in your neck of the woods? Yeah, cottages? The cottages with like what are like the shingles on the side?
Oh,
it's like the shingled cottage house and stuff like that. Yeah,
something like that. Jesus Christ. Anyways.
It says their work was done at home in Martha's Vineyard, where they were known to have dogs.
How about that?
Come on, man.
All right.
It was off the rails right now.
We are very off the rails, by the way. I defended Ty. I said I defended Ty Lawson, which was a very questionable thing I did in the early 2010s, by the way, in college.
Maybe we should like reach out to them, see if they want to come on and see what they say about the schedule.
Hey. You got that. I'll let you do that.
All right. Let me see. Henry and Holly. Let's go.
Find their info, please. Anyway.
I'm sure they can be reached.
Bet. Bet. All right. Anything else from Major League Baseball we care about? Did you see most of the East Coast teams are moving their start times up because it's getting cold out, by the way?
It's getting cold out.
What's going on up there?
What's going on
out there?
So I have said for a little bit now that we have either been a month ahead or a month behind where we should be. And it seems like this year we're a month behind.
Mm-hmm.
So like April weather is really mirroring what March weather was when we were growing up.
Yep.
Like it seems to be like pushed out a little more. Call it global warming, call it climate change. Call it, me using plastic straws instead of paper straws.
Other than that.
Exactly.
Other than that, listen. Throw a pullover in your car, put your shorts on, have a good day.
Or what I throw the windbreaker in the car or a hoodie, and you'd be good to go anyways.
That's a Midwest move right there, man.
Me throwing a windbreaker or a hoodie in there?
There it is. The windbreaker, yeah, for sure.
Shout out to that. It's that windbreaker I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
that black Barstool one has been everywhere.
It's been everywhere.
Right. That thing has been everywhere. Doesn't matter if in the fucking Cleveland, Cincinnati, almost anywhere.
That windbreaker's like Johnny Cash. He's been everywhere, man.
I feel like a eunuch in a whorehouse.
Not a whorehouse that Jacket has not been to yet. We'll say that for sure. All right, we have a lot of hockey to talk because we
do have a lot of hockey.
We do have a lot of hockey to talk. All right, we got to start with the Easter news.
There is Easter news.
Patrick Waugh got fired on Easter Sunday, by the way.
Here comes Peter Cottontail up and down the bunny trail.
Here comes Pete the Boar, who's been chilling all season, by the way. 4 games left for your New York Islanders in the Nassau Mausoleum. And they have a new head coach, by the way.
And they said, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye to Patrick Waugh.
Okay,
I was watching NHL face-off, and Liam McHugh was shocked that they fired Patrick Waugh.
Is Liam McHugh like the greatest hockey MC setup guy ever?
John Buccigross is also
really
Buccigross 1, Liam McHugh 2. That's why.
Yeah. I forget about Bucci because they kind of buried him in obscurity, and now he's
kind of back at least, anyways. Well, we do have by the way, Frozen 4. I heard there's a lot of liquor flowing in Vegas already, so that starts.
What could possibly go wrong with holding a college tournament in Las Vegas, folks?
Drinking, at least, I'll say that for sure. So not the Flyers. Pete DeBoer is now your new head coach for the New York Islanders. They don't play till Thursday, by the way, against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Pete DeBoer's got to ride the ship and get the boys motivated, try to at least make the playoffs for the Islanders, which is not looking too great. Because you want to know why?
Why is that?
The Philadelphia Flyers are on a heater, by the way. How about that? With Porter Martone. How about that? Porter Martone scoring the game-winning overtime goal against the Bruins on a 5-on-3 power play on Easter Sunday, by the way.
Brother's got 3 points already since putting the skates on in the league.
Yeah, and should have at least 4 goals already because he's been shooting the puck, man. And you know what people are saying, which I'm not going to say yet? People compare him to the Big E, by the way.
Oh, no.
We are not doing that on the show, by the way. But we will say,
don't go there.
We will not go there, but we'll say he's having a great breakout, by the way. And here's the other thing, by the way.
What's that?
We always talk ratings on this show.
We do. We like ratings.
Where do I want to say? Where was it? Per TNT Sports PR, as reported. Bruins Flyers. You want to know how many people watch that game, by the way?
How many people watch the Bruins and the Flyers?
1.2 million.
That looks like
for a non-exclusive game, by the way, for Philadelphia, by the way. So if you're a Flyer fan, a place like me, and you're like in Florida, Connecticut, good old Ohio, West Virginia, Pittsburgh, maybe, Michigan, Texas, LA, Nevada, anywhere on the West Coast, you get to watch national. You helped out the feed up anyways. And you know what I always say? You put the Flyers on TV and when they're good, ratings will go up. And
yes,
especially if I don't know what it felt like for me. It felt like I was back and was a child again. The Flyers were on national television, even though it was on locally down for you, by the way, Duncan.
It was.
I was able to watch it nationally, and it felt like I was back in the day almost. And I was able to watch it.
Feel like you were included.
I felt I was included anyways. I was not blacked out anyways. Like if
you weren't blacked out, no.
If it was a Ranger Flyer game, I would have been blacked out at least anyway. Then I have to deal with the great Sam Rosen and Joe Micheletti, who I don't think they're calling the game anymore anyways.
They are not calling the game.
So it's Kenny Halpert and Dave Maloney anyways. Correction anyways.
Kenny Halpert, he's getting around, man.
Yes. So Bruins Flyers 1.2 million for a non-exclusive game, by the way. Non-exclusive.
So what should we realistically expect then for the the NHL playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs? Are we expecting threes? Are we expecting 3s, 4s?
I think your ratings will be a lot better this year. I'm going to say that.
Will their ratings for the playoffs surpass the entire WNBA season?
Probably. Let's say that at least. Even though
we do have WNBA news too. You know this, right?
We'll finish it. We'll finish the hockey first, anyways. Then we'll get to the NBA and WNBA.
I'm just teasing.
We are teasing them. We may get to it. We may not get to it. We call that a Fred Davis special, anyways. We may tease me. Forget about the tease, anyways. You would get that if you listen to Fan After Dark, anyways. So that's why. So Flyers, the Wild Red Wings game had 1.1 million viewers, by the way.
Yes.
So good for them. Good shout out to PNT. They're putting the big teams on, anyways.
Yes.
By the way, and that also says about the Flyers. They finally got their shit together, at least so far. So far.
Like I said earlier on the program, we like to take credit where credit is due.
Yes.
And you yourself have said from the very beginning that the coach for the Philadelphia Flyers,
yes,
you have to do what?
Play to win
the game.
Play to win the game. Give it time.
I almost retweeted and tagged you all over a couple posts, and people were like, "Oh, they're turning around so good, blah, 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 blah. We got energy guys." And I was like, these are the same people, some of them, asterisks, that were like, we don't want Tocchet. Get rid of Tocchet. Are you an idiot?
Get those morons out of here.
Yeah, look, really, are you an idiot? That's like a Miss Nelly take.
Just don't say that loud word too loud. Maybe see some paperwork flying up anyway.
Knocking at the door.
Maybe be knocking at my door right now, even though I'm in Florida.
Oh,
hey yo. So Flyers, Porter Bartone, who got called up, he signed his EL entry-level contract last Tuesday or Sunday, one of the two. Probably during the Stars game anyways, and played the Washington game. Scored his first major goal, by the way. Overtime. Gets the Bruins. Winner. So that led to the Flyers being in third place of the Metro Division. Hello.
8 out of 11 games getting the positive result.
Yes.
And they match up right now with your Pittsburgh Penguins in round 1.
And by the way, they split the season series, by the way, too.
You
so
see it happen.
But nothing is clinched yet, by the way.
Nothing is clinched yet.
How
many games left?
There is at least, maybe. That's
at least 4 left.
4 left. They got Detroit on Thursday night at Detroit, by the way. Detroit, holy hell. Did they crack an oil pan or something on their nice Ford Mustang?
They did something.
Or their Ford F-150 or their Ford Exploder or their Ford Escape?
How's that recall they just had?
Do they have a busted tie rod at least? By the way, the Exploder joke is if you know, you know. Shout out to one of our buddies back in college who kept on buying Ford Explorers and they always explode on them. Not the 4-door version, the 2-door version, by the way.
Yeah, don't buy that.
That's a story for another day. I don't know if he's around anymore. I can't get a hold of him anymore, but I may have to explain the story at least. So, Ford Exploders, you know what it is. If you know. Take note. Flyers got the Red Wings, Jets, then a back-to-back Monday and Tuesday with the Carolina Hurricanes and Montreal Canadiens. By the way, speaking of the Montreal Canadiens, by the way, Cole Caulfield's on the break of hopefully getting the 50th goal, but he's not been able to score. He's stuck on 49, by the way.
Yeah.
If shootout goals count, he would have already had 52 already, you know?
I just don't see how that whole thing confuses me. They count towards pseudo wins, but the goals don't.
One thing you would want to change in the NHL?
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I say that,
yes,
we have a 3-way tie in the Atlantic Division, by the way.
Excuse me?
You heard me. There is not a 4-way tie. There's a 3-way tie right now for the first place in the Atlantic Division between the Tampa Bay Lightning, Buffalo Sabres, and Montreal Canadiens. All 2 points being all at 102 points, by the way.
I gotta say it, man. 2 of those teams don't belong.
We're used to seeing 2 of those teams at the bottom of the division all the time, anyways.
We're used to seeing the bottom. I mean, we know you know who's happy? Joe Manuele's happy.
Yes, recurring guest of the podcast. One of our favorite Montreal Canadian fans that we don't have to dunk all the time because most Montreal Canadian fans are just a bunch of morons, anyways.
Yeah,
we could say that, but Joe is not a moron, at least. So
no, not at all.
That's why. So there's a 3-way tie. I'm going to ask you this: who do you want finishing first? Because I'll give you my answer, by the way.
Oh, who do I want to finish first out of that? Goodness gracious! Wow.
Can I give you mine?
Yeah, give me your, because I'm not really sold on playing like Buffalo. My first go out, just feel like they're hot right now.
Yeah.
If it gets,
I really want Buffalo to be first place, but I would love to have a Tampa Bay Montreal first round series. By the way,
that would be pretty cool.
That will be a fucking fire series.
Who then does Buffalo get? Buffalo would get
Boston. By the way, that's what I want, because I think that will be perfect for I don't know, TV ratings. You know, I'm going by the TV thing.
Meanwhile, the B-ass-tards Carolina Hurricanes sit there and wait for everybody to beat up on each other.
Yeah,
two really good teams then get eliminated right out of the go.
I know, and Carolina will probably play Ottawa or whoever the last.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably play Ottawa.
We'll see Carolina.
Carolina playing Ottawa. No one's going to care about that series unless whoever wins the second round between Flyers Penguins. I will say this: TV ratings will be back up for what they used to be. By the way, with these matchups, can we say that for sure?
Ratings. We want the ratings.
We need the TV ratings, especially in the East, because the East always leads in to the Western Conference. We already have a Western Conference playoff matchup already set. By the way, it's in stone.
We do. It's in stone.
It's in stone.
Who are we getting?
Stars in the Wild, a battle of one former team leaving that state versus the expansion team that take over the old team that left that state to go to Texas, by the way.
So they're essentially playing themselves.
Yeah, Stars is the old Minnesota North Stars, and the Wild is the expansion team that replaced the Minnesota North Stars, by the way. So you will get some entertainment about that. West, it's a pillow fight, as what Connor McDavid would say, by the way. And Utah, Edmonton lost to Utah, by the way, last night in overtime, I believe. And so this is your Pacific Division. So you're probably gonna get Vegas and Anaheim right now, unless
Ducks,
you may get,
man. Come on, Ducks. Let's go.
You may get the Ducks, who have 87 points, and Vegas has 88 points. Edmonton has 88 points as well. So you may see Vegas on the surge via John Tortorella try to get that first seed, by the way. And your two wild card teams is the 88-point Utah Mammoth, by the way.
Shout out to the Mammoth.
And the Nashville Predators, by the way.
The Predators. That's crazy. Even consider them in that spot. Another thing, need to make mention of it. The Mammoth, right? Have you seen their Zamboni that they made?
That's fucking
the Zamoth.
The Zamoth, right? Yes.
Looks nice, but here's my thing. Like with the big tusk at the front, like you really can't get into the corners.
That is true.
Does it go be on the way. The big, I thought logistically, like it looks cool, but you're gonna need like a backup guy to kind of trail you.
Probably.
Don't they have like the girls that come around with like the little ones that?
Oh, the ice girls,
shovels and stuff, like that.
That's during the TV timeouts, man. They clean the ice. Yes, but there's always two Zambonis. By the way, do not worry. There's always two Zambonis.
There's always two. Okay.
There's always two. Because it makes the thing go quicker, anyways. So your two wild card is Utah and Nashville. LA is on their heels of Nashville, behind by 1 point. The San Jose Sharks, by the way.
Oh.
Don't look now. They are 3 points out from the final wild card spot, by the way. Who do we want in that final wild card spot? I would not mind the San Jose Sharks, honestly.
We want the Sharks, man.
We need the Sharks.
We said it. We said Sharks and Ducks.
Yes.
We need to be on top of that.
Good. Be good for the league, by the way. Eliminated teams: Vancouver, Chicago, Calgary, Winnipeg,
Rangers.
Rangers should be. Rangers, Florida, Toronto Maple Leafs, and New Jersey Devils. By the way, the Flyers did beat the Devils last night, 5-1. By the way, and before that, Tom Fitzgerald, how you doing? You don't have a job no more. By the way, Devils have fired the GM Tom Fitzgerald now. So
yikes.
Looks like what's his face has some moving and shaking to do on his hockey team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Who owns the Sixers and the Redskins and everything?
We don't. He who should not be named.
What's his name? I forgot his name. I'm really blanking on his name.
Harris?
Serious. Josh Harris?
Harris?
Josh Harris of Wolf Blitzer. No relation to me, by the way. So
So you say.
So you say. I don't have Josh Harris. I'm not no Washington fan, but look out for that. Rangers did beat the Capitals 8-1 on Sunday during the Inside Out game. By the way,
sometimes blind squirrel finds a nut, man.
Blind squirrel finds a nut. One big thing that's going to be a question for you: do you think Ovi's going to retire since his contract expires after this year?
Oh man,
we've not talked about this, by the way.
Yeah, no, we haven't talked about this. I mean,
I feel like he's going to go back to Russia. By the way.
Yeah, I think there's. Yeah, I don't know. There's never a right time to go at that particular point when you get records and blah blah blah. But I don't like to see the shell of an individual trying to play through a season, because there's been a couple guys that have done that. I think back to the Phillies, Mike Schmidt, right? Like he got to his last bit of his career, and it was midway through the first half of the season. He was like, "I'm done."
Like, did Mark Grace do that too?
Yeah, Grace did it too. And it's like, okay, like I respect it, and when it's time to go, but I'm about the company, man. Like, give the team, give the organization the opportunity to do one of two things. Like either do the whole farewell tour and you buy into the whole farewell tour, or be like, hey, had a great run.
Like Kobe
spend your off season. Yeah, like exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Kobe did his farewell tour.
That's it. Farewell tour. Exactly. I mean, LeBron's coming back. LeBron's coming back because he's going to make it a point. Have my final season. Oh, everybody give me gifts. Oh.
All right, we need to stop the before we is there anything else I need to do with the NHL? No, we're good. Next week, tease. There'll be a playoff preview. It's gonna be a separate episode this year because Duncan Dad, I think I came to terms with this. I think last year we did an own episode for it. Did really well. I kind of miss having you on that week anyway, so I'm going to make sure we leave you on the episode that week. Then we'll have a separate episode for the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to bog everyone down with a 4-hour podcast. I'm not Joe Rogan over here. So
you're not.
No, or Bill Simmons at least. So that's one thing. All right, you have NBA news to go to tease about.
I don't have any NBA news. I don't know.
Well, even though LeBron hates
WNBA news.
Even though LeBron wants the Memphis Grizzlies to move to Nashville anyway, so
just stop.
I didn't know when he became the commissioner anyways.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I can't.
We're not going to touch it, but we have to make fun of it at least.
We have to make fun of it, yeah. Other breaking news, the Chicago Sky.
Wait. Yes. Sky, yes.
The Chicago Sky have traded Angel Reese to the Atlanta Dream.
Great cash, homie.
Is there a lot of picks involved?
2 first-round picks.
Number 10 grand.
How about that? Good for her.
Are they going to make this the Herschel Walker trade of the WNBA?
That is a disgusting act.
I'll say so, maybe. We'll say it.
I mean, I listen. Good luck to everybody involved. Support women's sports.
Yes.
I love it. I think it's great.
Shout out to Amy Oliver, by the way. She's on the USA Network TV for WNBA. Good for her, by the way.
Yeah.
She called all the Heat games with Jason Jackson on the Miami Heat radio experience anyway. So good for her, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. And, I'm going to say this with a business mind, okay?
Don't get me fired over here.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to get fired, right? Right now, there's a total of 13 teams in the WNBA league, okay? They want to reach 15 by 2026 because they're picking up Portland and Toronto, which are probably going to happen because they have the infrastructure there. They want to go to 18 teams by 2030, okay? Look, sometimes less is more.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes less is more. Like, let's get to 15, okay. But, let's see how this is going to play out. Let's see what we get coming back. Because you've already had a team, the Comets that were in Houston, right? They
were folded because of the recession, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. They folded but they were your 4-time in a row WNBA champion. Shout out to Swoops and Park and all those girls.
Yeah, awesome. Also, shout out to Sacramento Monarchs back in the day too. By the way,
the Monarchs.
They had to fold too because of the Great Recession. By the way,
I mean, come on, man. I wanted to succeed, but yeah, I wanted to succeed. Girls sports, go.
We want you to succeed, even though you did take the Connecticut team again, by the way. So we'll remember that, by the way. So
availability update. Who's
playing?
No, T-Mobile's in our area now. Just letting you know.
Oh, did you lose cell phone service, I'm guessing?
No, we had some. We have Verizon, and they've been having a couple little snafu things. But no, they were shopping around. You know how like trying to set up the infrastructure, you could have your own little freestanding repeater Wi-Fi guy with T-Mobile. I was like, let's check it out. What's going on?
There we go. So other than that, enjoy the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Rate, review, subscribe. Check out the YouTube channel. I apologize. I didn't put the last 2 weeks episode, the week before episode of this week, 394 we were on. I didn't put it up till Sunday because I forgot to put 393 up. So it's a bad job by me, by the way. So hand up, by the way. That's a bad job by me because your boy has been busy, by the way. So I'm doing a lot of work with some baseball, football, hockey, so and so and so and so. So that's a bad job by me. Duncan, Dad, enjoy your weekend. We have a lot of baseball we'll talk about next week and probably some more people to talk about. So hopefully no more scandals. Like we need you go to People Magazine anyways. Yeah,
no more Rossini scandals. Put a fork in that, it'll be done. We are due for a recap next week also of the Masters.
Oh my Lord.
The Masters is starting.
Wait 1 second. Do I have that music in here? I don't have it in here. The Masters is starting. Are you all about it?
First time in 30 odd years, give or take, plus or minus 1 or 2, that Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson will not be playing.
I'm out, dog.
It seems right. And honestly, I feel as if a part of my youth and childhood has died.
Yep.
And I really don't know who to root for or watch for. Like there's not a character. There's not like maybe Bubba Watson's going to show up. I don't know. He won, right? So he gets to play.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was going to be there. There's not a John Daly. I need a character. Yeah. I need somebody to come out of left field.
Is there a Philly golfer it's on the Pro Tour?
We'll have to look into that.
That's one thing we're missing anyways. There's not many big Northeast golfers anyways. I think Keegan Bradley was also known as the People's Golfers. I know Barstool was with that guy forever, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure what's his face is from there.
Get Ron Jaworski to be the scout for the next golfer for who's going to make the Pro Tour anyways.
Let's see. Jack Nicklaus was born in Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Columbus, Ohio. I think Palmer, he's a California gate, isn't he?
Probably. Sounds like it.
Sure he is. Palmer. No, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I knew it was one of the two. Yeah, whole Western Pennsylvania, man.
No, we need someone from Eastern PA anyway.
Johnny Unitas, Arnold Palmer, Dan Marino. Who else was out there? The quarterbacks, the quarterback country. Joe Montana.
Jim Kelly.
Yeah, they're all from out there.
Jim Kelly was recruited to be a tight end for fucking Penn State. He's like, no. I'm
also, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Rolling Rock Beer, the famous 33s.
Oh, is DeJuan Blair from out there too?
Let's find out if DeJuan Blair's there.
DeJuan Blair. Does Trevor know many Pittsburgh basketball players? Not too many.
DeJuan Blair. He is from.
The survey says
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, born and raised.
Look at me.
He went to Schlenley High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He never left the state until he was drafted by the Spurs. Who knew?
All
right, man. That's enough.
That's enough info for us anyway. That's enough DeJuan Blair talk anyways.
Never knew you were going to get a Schlenley High School shout out here in North Oakland, part of the Hill District in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but you did.
There you go. Take care. Be well. Peace.